Hello, internet, wherever you are, welcome back. It's underscore Ginto. Today I'm going to be getting direct to the point because I found that there are some of the things that much of the people going to be talking and they don't know what's really meant from such kind of the talk. And I've seen much of the things that have been there to the village, everything going to be, I'm not interested with those ones. So the little fact is I've seen much of the people talking about ABCD. Let me tell you a story how it's going to be. Guys, when I started the work of charity, whoever understands what is charity, they know what is charity. And whoever have ever seen Ginto in the charity, they understand. And they know the real thing about what's really charity. And you have seen much of the people, they have been framed, talking about they have scammed, they have done whatever. But you have never heard about Ginto has scammed somebody. If the money has come that this is meant for this kind of the person. Nobody has ever come out talking about, oh, Ginto have ever sent you money and you have never delivered where it's necessary. And that's why I always associate myself with... talk about the short-term charity. Talk about I come and I surprise you, then I move on from one place to another. I'm not stuck to one person that I have to support one person. Oh, today is this, today is this. Oh, guys, welcome back to this, back to this. Oh, we are back. Oh, we have got this conversation. No, I'm not in such kind of a guy. And to the real fantastic module, I'm going to be bringing this kind of a kicker right now. That what much of the people think about is Ginto is revengeful. I'm never gonna be doing something like revenge, and I'm not interested with revenge. But if I decide to do a revenge, even Satan himself will just sit aside and watch the sport and take the notes, because they have to understand that when it comes to the seriousness of how you want to frame and manipulate, that's a manipulation that much of the people are going to be coming out with, and not thinking about what's really relevant at this kind of the time. Let me say this. When I started, it was on 1st January, when I went to buy much of the materials, the fabric materials to the women in there. Talk about the aged people. I always call them vulnerables and to the environment. Then I went to Sirare border, which is Isibania border. So I can just make some shoppings, 2-3 shoppings. Then at that kind of the spot, whenever I was doing the shopping, oh my little God, what is this kind of the shopping here? Yeah, let me check this kind of the fabric. They're going to be very meticulous, very awesome. Then I talked about, okay, let me check into this kind of the shop, then I buy this kind of the things. Now when I was asking about what's the price of this kind of the fabric, I saw, oh, I needed something called kanga. They ever have some of the words that I was giving much of the aged people in the society. Then I talked about, oh, I need a super good color, and also I need the ones that have good writings, because they're always having some of the writings that, oh, praise the living God, or never be broken up, tomorrow is another day, such kind of the quote words that are just written in that kind of the fabric. Then after a little bit of a minute, one boy passed, and that kind of the boy was carrying a baby and was having the same fabric that in the tradition talk about in Africa here, we use so such kind of the fabric to tie the baby onto the back, and you know how to tie them from here. Then you just do the how is it called, the knot at the front here, so as it can just tie the baby from the back very well. Then the boy was very short, black, and a little bit I can say about that kind of the boy was a young boy in an age that if you see the boy, and it was a day of school day, because it was a weekday, and he was stepping down, and that boy was looking weird to me, and nobody could just talk about, hey, you young boy, what are you doing? Then my heart a little bit turned from the fabric back to the boy once, and even I told that mom that you just do as I always purchase here, because it was not the first time I could just purchase those kind of the fabric. Then I continued with following that kind of the boy. I talked about, let me follow the boy until where he would just reach. If I thought about the boy is going home, he was coming from shopping, because he was coming from the markets, are going to the other side to talk about the streets at the back of talk about the town there. Then I followed the boy without noticing who I am. Then whenever the boy went, it was a little bit far distance, and he walked until I talked about, oh my living God, why is this kind of the boy walking a very long distance, he's stepping down, and I never liked how he was wearing, and he was carrying a luggage in this kind of the plastic bags they have come, it was torn, and I was about, oh, this kind of the condition is very weird, and I'm gonna be intervening to know how this kind of the life is, because if this is how the boy is, and what about the babies being carried at the back, are they having a parent, or are the parents there or not there? Then when I followed the boy, he reached our place. Then I just called him, hey young boy, a little bit, what's your name? He told me another name, I don't recall that kind of the name. Then he told me that I'm going to my mother, who is doing the work at a certain apartment of the Muslim people, and I'm gonna be checking for her so as she can breastfeed the baby. And I talked about, oh, so you have brought the baby from home to the mother to be breastfeeded at the job. Yes, at this kind of the time, it was around at 10 in the morning. Then I talked about, okay, where is your mom? Okay, call your mom to come. Then a little bit, the boy shouted, hey mom, I'm here. Then the mom came. She was looking like a person who is being in trouble. She has been living in a very harsh conditions, and I never liked how they appeared. And I started having a little bit of negotiations, A, B, C, D, on how the life is. Is he having a husband? Even he told me that the husband is there, but he has 2 wives. Talk about she's to be neglected. He's doing a border. You understand whenever I talk about the border. So whenever I finished the interview, I talked about how much do you being paid here, because she's doing the maid work. Talk about the housework, and she's paid 3,000 Kenya shillings in terms of per month. Then I talked about, are the children going to school? Yes, they are going to school, but with the problems. Even right now, the boy was not going to school because it was a weekday. Why wouldn't he go to school? I never knew what was really happening at that kind of the juncture. Then I happened to talk about, okay, this was not a good scenario for them. I helped with that kind of the mom with 3,000 Kenya shillings, like she could be paid in a month. Even she cried at that kind of the position we were. And I just cooled her down, and I told her, maybe we are now opening another opportunity for you, and you be a person, even be recognized at the village stages or community stages. Now you'll be not the same person. She told me that she is renting, she's paying money, and the house is no longer she has problem. In short, she was having problems. She was crying like a person who is in trouble. She doesn't have forward, the backward. So I talked about, okay, that was that day I talked about, that is how it was. I gave them 3,000 Kenya shillings from my own pocket, and I talked about God will ever refund. If we're gonna be refunding, gonna be refundable, because I've seen how the problem. And I told her that help your family and help where necessary. Go buy food, because she talked about there's no food. Even I asked the boy, hey young boy, do you have food at your home? No, I've just drank only porridge. I think that was what the boy told me, that I've only drank the porridge, and that is what was only available. And I was sympathize. I don't know if I have a Wi-Fi, because here in Zambia a little bit, guys, I can tell you that there's a bigger problem with the network connection a little bit. I'm gonna be checking the network so as I can just show you how that video was and how you can just rate it back to me. Let me look for it, because I have done 2 videos with this kind of the lady, and she has manipulated me very much into the internet, talking very bad, and I really sympathize with much of the people. You help them, they still turn miserable. So I'm gonna be giving you a little bit of a story, and I'm still searching for that kind of the video. You understand, it's very long time, very long time ago. Yeah, 7 months ago. Yeah, I got it. 7 months ago, and I wrote it. Gintu wept. Sad story of a homeless family. It's here. Look at this one here. and I'm just looking at the boy. It's just there, you can see it. And this is the title, Gintu Wept, Sad Story of a Homeless Family. There we are. And that was the boy that I was just holding. That's the story. That's the guy. You can see me there. So even when I shot this kind of the video, you can see, I can put it this way. Just walking helter-skelter to the town. Check. Hello, beautiful people. Here I come, and I was just walking helter-skelter to the town here a little bit, and I was just maneuvering a little bit. Then I come across to get this kind of a boy, and here we are. What's your name? Brian. You are called Brian. Which grade are you? On the Uko grade? When grade 3. So guys, I just saw him a little bit walking, and I had to make sure that I'm covering, and I have to come to get where the mother she is, and we have come from so far, and the way he was just carrying this one, and he was carrying a baby here and to the back, and I was about, oh, where is this boy coming from? And I had to get the guy, and he was telling me, no, down there. So we have come from the top side there and to come and see the mother, and he's just coming to this position to seek the mother, and she's here, and I had to come to make sure that I'm just covering to know. Whenever I just saw the boy, he was not acting perpendicularly well, and I had to make sure that I'm just coming to see what is happening here. So we have the mom, she's here. I've just given her 2,000 shillings here, and to make sure that he's catering for the boy and making sure that the life is going. So mom, you can just sit down and just talk. Mom, iko namna gani?
Maisha yangu ni kama unayoona kaka.
Maisha kwani yakoaje?
Maisha yangu magumu.
Oh, your life is so hard, eh?
Nateseka na watoto wanne, nateseka nafanya kazi za mauria.
So she's doing the work of just making sure that she's washing some clothes for the people, like right now for the these people are we can talk about the Islamic people the way. Sasa unafanya shingapi kwa mwezi?
Nafanyia shilingi 3,500 kwa mwezi.
Oh, 3,500, which is like $30, exactly $30 per month. So una watoto ngapi?
4.
Oh, she's having 4 kids. So hauna mwanaume? No husband? Hauna mwanaume?
Mwanaume wangu yupo ila ashanitelekeza na familia.
Oh, akona familia nyingine. Oh, guys, she has a family. The husband has another wife, and she's just like divorced. So she's just taking care of herself, and the boys that are here, and she's talking about they have. She has more than 4 kids, and Jesus. So sasa we maisha watoto wanasoma ama?
Watoto wangu yani wanapitia shida. Napeleka huyu leo shule, kesho huyu ongea naitishwa fare sina ya kupeleka shule yenye na maana.
Okay.
Yani ndivyo walivyo. Kuna muda wanaenda, muda waendi.
Okay. So guys, she starts talking about sometimes the kids go to school. Whenever I just get the guy to school, whenever he turns back, he's gonna be getting the other boy now is back home. Wavulana wangapi now?
3.
Oh, 3 boys and msichana mmoja. Okay. Sasa guys, the way that I've just took to this position, I was just buying some of we can talk about the fabric that I always buy to give out for the vulnerables, and I saw this boy. He was just passing, and he was carrying a baby onto the back, and this was the clothing that was just carrying the baby. Then I was about, oh my living God, can I just follow this boy so as I can just see what is happening here? And I've just reached and I asked him to go with me so as I can just see your mother where she is, and he told me that okay, we can just go to and see where the mother she is, and here we are, and I've got that this is where she's just working, and the life is complicated sometimes, and we have to make sure that I'm helping a little bit. So mama, usijali sana, maybe siku yako itakuja, sawa? Usijali. Don't cry. So guys, this is how we just help the vulnerable, and I'm gonna be adding her a little bit of money to make sure that she's gonna be catering for herself. Is me kweli futatu, eh? Hii kusaidia. Hii itakusaidia. Thank you very much. So guys, I do help much of the people, and also we can talk about from the vulnerables, and she's two, and whenever I just saw the boy was the one who made it to me to come to this position, and uko na miaka ngapi? Ngapi?
10 sasa.
10 years right now. So what are you carrying? Umebeba nini? Nguo za mtoto. Tuone vile zinakaa. Let's see the we talk about tuone vile zinakaa. Toa tu. Oh, these are the guys, you can just check he's carrying some of the clothing for the kids here, and it's a festive season, guys, and I think I can just promote them a little bit. I can just promote them a little bit with something like 3,000 here to help them a little bit for them to be catered for, and I think it's more perpendicular, and I think we have just helped her. Mom, Usiria, don't worry, Usiria, don't cry, don't cry. This is how life is, so maybe today it's your day, maybe it was... Guys, that was the video I'm talking about here, and I can say about this kind of the video, it lured people, and so many people sympathize with that kind of the video, because I did it from my whole heart, and I like helping, and I like to see much of the people progressing from one place to another, from one position to another, and also equipping them and helping them to make it happen. So after that kind of the video, people talked about Gintu. There are some of the people promoted Gintu to make it happen, and so many people contribute in terms of we can talk about super thanks, and you understand the super thanks are cut with YouTube, and we can just go like a half, like 50-50. So if you send 10,000, it will be 5,000 whenever YouTube will cut its own money. So when that was in January, I talk about that. This video I posted it second, because I shot it in 1st January. And it was the video that I shot starting the year, and I talked about, I told God that let it happen. Let us strive with this kind of the vulnerable and make it happen. Then how people now contributed, I went back to her. Let me search for that kind of the video. I went back to this kind of the lady, because so as I could just check where she is living, and I went to search for her, because I never had the contact. I had nothing. Do you know that, guys? I had to search for her manually. And I went where she was doing the work. She had been terminated from the work. And I said, now, what next? What is it going to be following? I was traumatized at that kind of the period. I talked about how am I going to get this lady, because her money now I have withdrawn it, because it's after a month, because it goes to the YouTube account direct, so you can withdraw it after a month. Then after receiving the money, it was like on 25th, 26th, before it reached the next month, which was the 3rd month. Was it the 3rd month? Yeah, before it reached the 3rd month, I had reached there, so as I could just search for her and get her the shopping. So that kind of the second video is here. 5-6 months ago, it's here. You can see the mother with the kid, carrying the kid at the side. They're here, and I'm pointing at them. They're there. And this video, I did it, and I said that thank you much of the people who supported for this kind of the work to go on. And when the video started, we just went to the supermarket. It's there. You can just watch it. Exactly. Guys, let's get to the mat and make some 2-3 shoppings here a little bit. 20. Mambo bro. Kochonjo. Safi. Sasa ingia uchague kitu hauna. Chagua. Guys, let her select whatever she doesn't have, so as we can just purchase and make sure that everything is so fantastic. Here we go. It's not too much of the money, but she wanna be a little bit helped. Hey, budget. Oh. Hey, Kapa.
guys, I don't know if the tissue gonna be very fantastic because of the area I saw. I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know if it's at night. I don't know. Let me check about it. Yeah, tell me. No problem.
Kule chapati sio?
Chapati lazima watoto wakule chapari. Chapari is a must. So, how much?
3,150.
Yeah, that's the total. Exactly. Hii mchele ni yako. Then these exercise books. They're exactly. Kidogo tu. Guys, this is the courtesy coming out from this position, and I'm gonna be doing it again and again. So here we go. Here we come. The first year gonna be coming to her, and she's now the chosen one for today. Keep it tuned. Hi. Hello, beautiful folks, wherever you are. Welcome back. Stanisco Ginto back again to the root of today. And here I am, it's one-on-one live, because some of the people talked about this is the courtesy back again to the vulnerables, because I talked about you have much of the people to take care of. And here we are one-on-one. Guys, I don't think if you can just remember this kind of the face, because once upon a time I came here, then I got one of the boys, then I was a little bit vlogging, then I got the boy, then I went to the mother. She was doing much of the works of the maids, such kind of the works, and here she is. So I'm back to her so as I can just do some 2-3 things, because tomorrow it's called the Happy New Year. So from today from her, it's going to be a courtesy which is very, very much exclusive. And this is one of the epic that I want to bring out so as people can just enjoy and make sure that, how are you?
Yeah, okay.
You're fine? Tukumbushe jina yako.
Naitwa Koleta.
Coletta. She's called Colette. Mwita. So, nyumbani kwako ni mbali? I'm asking about, is her home so far from this town? We are in Sirani town, no?
So guys, after this kind of the video again, you can just understand that I tried to help her so as she can become a little bit recognized from that kind of the period. But who is a human being? And who am I talking about at this kind of the rate? Who is a human being at this kind of the rate? It's in a way that the more you help them, the more they think about Gintu should be there. Gintu should stuck at that kind of the position. Gintu should be there, and every time that they're going to be having a problem, Gintu should be there, and I should be there to give them every time and every then money or do some of the shoppings. That is a failure to human beings. That's a failure to the village people. That's a failure to the people are being helped much, because they will not strive again, because they don't know that, oh, Gintu now has done a video, so they think about millions of money have been sent to you, so they can just help them. And they think about you have a lot of money that it's just to their own courtesy. They don't understand that it's not everybody is interested with that kind of the video. Not everybody has money to support. Some of the people will support spiritually. Talk about some of the people will pray. Some of the people will have to give a little bit money that they're going to be having. They will share. Some of the people will give an advice. And that is the life we are talking about here. But to an extent, I can now talk about, after doing this kind of the video, I sat for a period of like 2 to 3 months. It was around April there, 2 months after there. It was around April. Then, fellow the boy called me and told me that, oh, Gintu, how are you, man? I'm very, very fantastic. How is it, bro? I talked about I'm very good. He told me that, do you remember there's a video you did with a woman from Tanzania? And that woman had children and it never had a bed and whatever. So even, guys, I went to her home where she was living. And I never had intention to take her out of there, because she was talking about what she need is her baby to be got to the hospital, because the baby had a problem. I don't know how that kind of the problem Ferrol the boy was talking about how it is. And Ferrol the boy talked about there's a sponsor who is sponsoring very many children from the children's home, and they have been working with her for so long, and talked about going to be supporting them from there. And fellow the boy asked me, Gintu, or you have other absolute thing, or you have a disclaimer, or you have any kind of a problem when we can just tangle in and help this kind of the lady. I said, that is the development Gintu need. That's the development that I need. That's the way forward that I was ever asking about, because I had got a lot of time before going there, and I never give out my number because I know it will bring much of the shenanigans, talking about, oh, I'm this or I'm there. I don't give out my number. So fellow the boy, when he came, he told me that, Gintu, today, how can we find that kind of the woman? I said to fellow the boy, oh my living God, where she was working, she was terminated, and I don't have her number. She doesn't have a phone number. And I told fellow the boy, okay, let me go search for her, because I had reached their home. Let me go to their home and search for where I saw her living, and I know if I can find her, or I can find whoever will just tell me if she's at home or not. Then I kicked off. I used my own money. I went up to Tanzania, where she told me she is living. And first I went where she told me that I will get her if I need her. When I went there, I found that she had been already again fired from there. So I was again traumatized. Then I talked about, okay, I know the home. I took the motorbike, then I rushed to where she was living. When I reached there, I find that the mother, she's not there, but the children were there. But that boy, Brian, was not around. Because even the second video, when I went there to do a shopping, she told me that Brian had went to the talk about the aunties, and she's learning from there. She's not living with the mother because she's learning in school, so she could not manage her funds. So she sent Brian to the auntie so as she can just stay. He can stay there and learn from there. So I found the second born, the third born, and the young children. So they were 3. So I asked the boy. And also there was another neighbor, because those kind of the lentils, they're having mud lentils. Talk about the mud one, the build of mud. And I talk about, okay, can we go and find where she is? They talked about, yes, she has said that she has gone to the clinic. She has got the child to the clinic, and she told us that whenever it reaches time, we go to the clinic and pick the baby, come home. She remain at town doing some shoppings and some businesses so as she can get food. So I took the three boys. There were 2 boys and 1 lady. 1 boy and 1 lady, they were made for this kind of the lady. And another boy was when I went there, I promised the boy that I will buy him some shoes. Talk about he was not having some shoes to wear. So the boy talked about, yeah, we are going with you, so you can just buy me the shoes. I talked about, no problem, let's go. Then we sat in one motorbike until a hospital called Nyayo Hospital, which is a level 2 hospital in Sirare, and much of the people knows it as Nyamaharaga Hospital. So as we went there, I went with the boy, because the doctors will never recognize. So I went with the boy, and I asked all the places, all the clinics, and everywhere. The mother had already gone home. So when I reached there, now we talked about, okay, a little bit time, fellow the boy, they came, and fellow the boy came with a lady called Robina 254. Even that video, I think it's there in the internet. I shot a video, and even fellow the boy shot a video from there. So from that kind of the point, fellow the boy came. I told him that now the mother has left, because when he called me that, have you got the mother? I told him that, okay, I'm in the hospital, Nyayo Hospital, but I've not found the mother. So come and find me there, so as I can just now know how to tangle that kind of the vibe, and how we're going to be just getting her. So at that period of time, I talked to Pharaoh the boy that, wait for me here. I go and buy the shoes for this kind of the way, because I want to be going back home. I'm not going to be with you at this kind of the team, as you're going to be getting there. Fellow the boy told me, okay, I went and I purchased the shoes for my own courtesy, because I had promised that kind of the boy. I'm going to be buying the boy the small shoes. I think that video is there onto the internet. I cannot know how to search for it at what kind of the rate, because I have so many videos there. So at that kind of the point, after doing the shopping, I went back to Fellow the boy at the clinic. Then we shot a small video, and I said it, that Fellow the boy has now taken over the game. I'm no longer part of that kind of the game again. Now I've left that kind of the game to Fellow the boy to handle it properly. And I talked about now Fellow the boy gonna be doing it perfect, because Fellow the boy is a long term. I'm a short term guy. Fellow the boy is a long term guy. into that kind of the charity, because I cannot come to surprise you in a long term. I don't do that one. Everybody has his own unique way of handling much of the things. I'm a short term. So at that kind of the point, as I left Fellow the Boy to continue, because now we don't have the mother, we had the children. So the children represent who? Represent the home of their mother. And now I told Fellow the Boy, now you can now use this kind of the children, go to the home, they will show you where the home is. Now pick a motorbike, 2 motorbikes, one will carry you, because he had a motorbike. He talked about you're going to be borrowing, talk about hiring another motorbike to carry the boys, and you're going to be carrying Robina 254 to their home. So after there, Fellow the Boy told me that there's a person who's going to be supporting them in terms of mattresses and some shoppings for food. And I left now them going. When I watched that video from Feral the Boy, I saw he did much of the shop, talk about mattresses, talk about beds, and it was purchasing things from Kenya, getting them to Tanzania. Very hard. No, that one is a very hard thing. If you are caught and you have to use the back doors, if you are caught, only God knows. But people are striving to make the other people's live very good. But some people take them as a granted situation. Let me say this short story. I've seen this kind of the same woman. When I went to mother of Chef Matiko to drink some porridge, because she's doing an evening porridge with some duffs there and mandazi. I sat there, and the mother to Chef Matiko told me that, I call her like grandmother because of my stepmother, where she is coming from. Talk about that root of my stepmother. And also at the other point, I call her auntie. So it's 2. Auntie from my mother and grandmother to my stepmother. So you can understand how that kind of the league is going. So when I reached there, I was drinking. The mother to Chef Matiko talked about, oh, Gintu, I've been looking for you. Where have you been? I talked about, I'm here. That's why I've come here to drink some porridge. She was talking about, I've met with one woman, and I was talking about, I was having something like this. And I met with a woman, and she saw I was having this kind of a thing. You understand, the mother to Chef Matiko, they are shooting much of the videos. The sister to Chef Matiko, Robbie. She's calling herself Mabera, I don't know, Robbie Mabera, something like that one. So they talked about that kind of the woman. When she saw us having such kind of a thing, she said that, oh, you are the same company with Gintu. So where is Gintu? I've missed Gintu. Where is Gintu? They talked about, Gintu is there in Nyabohanse. Oh, I've missed him. He's not coming. When you meet with Gintu, tell him that I need him. I want to talk to him. I need him. So when they talked about that one, and the woman told them that this kind of the groups talk about the YouTube street, it's having some magic and rituals. Then I told the mother that if that's how she's going to be talking, that's why I'm no longer there. I do as I go. Then I never been bothered with that one. So I'm just sympathizing recently. The same woman I helped with nothing, and even my video went until much of the people saw her and helped her, and even Feral the Boy shot a video while she was talking about she's living in a pathetic background. There's no toilet. And even when she was doing the shopping, there's a time I said in the video that she's taking how is it called? This kind of the toilet paper. Where are they going? And I talked about the video. I don't know if they're going to be using them at night, because the toilet is no longer there. There's no feeds of maize you can talk about. You're going to be helping yourself there. Then after that kind of the period, I talked about Feral the Boy shot the video. She was talking much, and they did their shopping. Even Feral the Boy took her from where she was living and separated her to another position, so as she can just do much of her things at that kind of the point. But to an extent right now, she's coming out to talk about, she's not even talking about Feral the Boy, whom I left there. She's talking about Gintu. When Gintu helped me, I'm not sleeping. When I helped her at the first time, and I went the second time, and I did the shopping, she was more appreciative. Why couldn't it first time, and I went the second time after 1 month, why couldn't she talk about that man you gave me, it was bad? She used it. The second time we went for the shopping, rice, books for the children. Even I did the shopping for the books, guys. The videos are there 7 months ago and 6 months ago. You can see that kind of the lady, how she is talking and how we conversated. Then even she told me about the sickness of the girl she was having, and I was so sympathizing. She's now getting from this side, even after being transferred from one position, she was living in a pathetic background to a new background, and she was promoted there. Even children went to school. Much of the things fellow the boy did to them. But she's going another time, she's making a step and talking about we are in rituals and we are making her not to sleep. I'm sympathizing for the people I ever helped since last year, 2024, from around June to January. I met her. Why are they not complaining? Talk about the female, talk about ladies I ever give the sanitary needs. Why are they not complaining? And why is she complaining and I do as I do to other people? Sometimes we have family curses, village curses, and those kind of the people are cursed. I tell you as a fact. That kind of a woman, she is cursed, and she did things that never ever was recommendable in the background. Because if you are helped, if you have your own problems, like I went there, I found her own daughter. She was sick. Even she told me in the video, if she can get a person to help the baby, I don't know, it was 10,000 Tanzanian shillings or what was it? I don't know how much was that one. She talked about how much of the money. So the baby, talk about the baby lady, could be taken to the hospital, and that's the money she has been told. And she's buying so much expensive medicines for the girl for the treatment. I got the baby was sick. Right now she's talking about we are the one, Gintu is the one who has made that kind of the baby to be sick. Very big curse. And to this kind of the people, now she's running from, it's like jumping urine, she's landing onto the feces. So she has tarnished our name, manipulated our name. And again, she's at the same YouTubers who even are in of the YouTube even before us. Very horrible. And they are coming out to talk about Gintu ABCD. Very stupidical. And the same people, they are in YouTube that the way I'm doing it, they're doing it. It's because of how I help. And they will never help the way I help. They will never have that kind of a heart that I have of helping at the same time. So guys, what I can say is, I'm no longer interested with a person who will talk bad about me today or tomorrow. But I do it as I move. I don't stuck at the point. If I could stuck today, I'm with her, tomorrow I'm with her, tomorrow but one, tomorrow but two. The 1 week is there. People could say that I'm using her to get the views, or I'm using her for the content, or I'm using her for the money. But I do the shopping. I have gone to do the shopping with them. But where is this kind of the things coming from? Much of the people back failing, much of the people throwing some fingers and pointing some fingers to us and talking about Gintu is now a demon. I'm telling them that they're going to be turning into things that I've never seen. And I'm going to be talking about, I don't have to be talking about how it is, how it's going to be. I know there are so many things that have been spoken. Even right now, I'm in Zambia. I'm now traveling. Much of the people talk about ABCD. Gintu is now getting money, ABCD here and there. But we are striving to make it happen. I know the background I'm from. I know this talk about how I've been striving from my childhood. I never came out of my village. I learned in the same village. Primary school, high school, the same village. I'm working the same village. So how whenever you see Gintu is traveling to Tanzania, Zambia, is this something to give you something which is not accommodable? When now Gintu will go to the United States, go to the Europe, go to Asia, so they will die. So at this kind of the particular point, I'm going to be talking about, let's reason. We are YouTubers But some of the people are checking much of others in a default way, in a jealousy way, because of what we are doing. And I'll never stop, because I help. That is my courtesy. I know how the life has been. I know how everything is running, and that is my courtesy. Let's make it happen, and let's move from one place to another and make it happen. And as far as everything is in concern, I appreciate everyone who is just watching the video from wherever you are until this kind of an end. And support, subscribe, like, share, comment. It's just a little bit of the flashback and what is still in the village. And I don't want my name to be tarnished with such kind of the stupid accusations that I don't have even a mindful thing or a thoughtful thing at this kind of the particular moment. So at this kind of the rate, I'm going to be talking about, today I've been a little bit sick here and there, but everything going to be getting so good. And I think tomorrow going to be meeting to Zimbabwe one-on-one, as I'm going to be checking from that kind of the position to understand what's really happening there, and how the things going to be put in the focus, and also how the things going to be put in a straightforward path for us to move on. And from Zimbabwe, I think I'm going to be getting to Malawi, and also I'll be back to Lusaka, and I'm going to be getting more of the experience in Zambia. It's a very good area, very not noisy. It's a very good area, and I can talk about it's one of the specified area for the people to come for cherishment, for luxury, and much more. Hotels, good meal experience, good touring spaces. Talk about the Devils pools here. Talk about in Victoria Fall. Talk about River Zambezi, how it is. Talk about getting the migration. Talk about luxurious pools of crocodiles, and much more better things. Food, talk about Chinese food. Even there's a hotel for the Chinese. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting there. And also talk about the rail transport. Talk about, you can see how you can turn with the rail and see how you can call the nature is, and also the park is, and talk about how the history is. Talk about how the visitors approach to Zambia, how the good relation it is. Talk about a friendship in Zambia, how it's gonna be, and how people associate with others, and much more. You can just feel the experience and to the brim. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Next time, let's meet the same spot from Zimbabwe. It's _Gintu, back again. Here we go.